What China has done is shown that they can do the same things that NASA and NASA's partners have been doing aboard the International Space Station.
A big, mysterious rocket called the Long March 9 is on its way, joining China's famous line of Long March rockets. China's got big plans to send people to the moon, and this rocket is a key part of that. It's all set to make history, with the first Chinese person walking on the moon. This video will show how this new rocket will change the game for China's space program. From Starship to Long March 9, SpaceX's Starship spacecraft and Super Heavy rocket, designed as a fully reusable transportation system, have garnered significant attention worldwide. With its remarkable capabilities, Starship has the potential to revolutionize space travel by reducing costs and enabling sustainable missions to celestial bodies like the Moon and Mars. In its reusable version, Starship boasts a lift capacity of 150 metric tons to low Earth orbit, which increases to 250 metric tons in its expendable form. While Starship dominates headlines and captures the imagination of space enthusiasts, there's a renewed interest in returning to the moon with the Artemis program.
Look at the rebirth of our interest in returning to the moon with the Artemis program. We have rejuvenated our lunar space program right around the time when China says that's what they want to do.
It's crucial to recognize that the United States is not alone in its pursuit of super heavy rockets to reduce launch costs and facilitate missions to distant planets. China, a formidable player in the global space race, is also diligently working on its super heavy lift reusable rocket, known as the Long March 9. Originally conceived as an expendable rocket, the Long March 9 is set to become China's super heavy rocket, with a capacity to launch 150 tons to low Earth orbit and 50 tons to lunar transfer orbit. A significant shift in design occurred around 2016 when China officially announced its intention to develop the Long March 9 as a reusable rocket during its Spaceflight Day celebrations on April 24th. China's ambitious space endeavours are supported by its 14th five-year plan, 2021 to 2025, with reusable rockets identified as a key goal in the 2021 White Paper on Space Activities. The target launch date for the basic design model of the three-stage Long March 9 is 2030, with a two-stage reusable version planned for an initial launch in 2034. Recognizing the strategic importance of lunar resources, China is eager to establish a foothold on the moon. Proposals for lunar resource mining have been submitted to the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC, National Committee, and the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC. It is actively developing technologies to create a space logistics system spanning the solar system, potentially enabling China to reap economic benefits from space resources by 2100 or even earlier. To achieve these ambitious space goals, including a lunar research base, asteroid exploration, human missions to the Moon and Mars, and the construction of space-based solar power, SBSP, satellites, China sees the development of the Long March 9 super heavy rocket as a game-changing endeavour. The Long March 9 aims to support the construction of China's International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, by 2036, contribute to missions to Mars, and assist in the creation of SBSP satellites. Design capabilities and reusability factor. As per Gu Mingkun, a senior rocket designer at the China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology, the primary model of the Long March 9 is envisioned as a three-stage rocket, spanning roughly 110 meters in length. Its capacity to transport 50 tons to Earth-Moon transfer orbit is deemed vital for establishing lunar permanent bases and mining facilities. The initial model will incorporate a reusable first stage, while the subsequent model will feature two stages, both equipped with a reusable first stage. This approach aims to significantly diminish launch costs for China. For instance, China's Long March 5, capable of transporting 25 tons to low Earth orbit and 14 tons to geostationary transfer orbit, incurs approximately $3,000 per kilogram for fuel. In contrast, the Long March 9 is expected to halve that cost, reducing it to around $1,500 per kilogram to low Earth orbit, closely aligning with Starship's cost estimates. Crucial technologies for the Long March 9 are already in progress. For example, constructing a super heavy lift rocket requires sizable propellant storage tanks. China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology unveiled the development of a 10-meter diameter rocket tank in March 2023, double the size of the tank used for the Long March 5. This project spanned 6 years to complete. Hu Zhengen, Deputy Chief Designer of Heavy DB Launch Vehicles, emphasized that developing an ultra-large diameter tank structure for the Long March 9 showcases China's capability in advanced manufacturing. Supported by an upgraded industrial base, China's efforts in reusable technology have yielded significant results. The YF-100 engine developed by the Academy of Aerospace Propulsion Technology exemplifies this progress. Featuring a 130-ton thrust engine, the YF-100 employs advanced techniques such as 3D printing, automatic welding and intelligent assembly for its components. This engine will power the Long March 5G, expected to launch by 2027. The Long March 5G will be capable of sending 27 tons to translunar injection and will support reusable transportation to the Tiangong space station, as well as human missions to the Moon. Reusability stands as one of the foremost factors in the Chinese space program's future trajectory. It serves as the linchpin in their pursuit of cost efficiency, sustainability, and enhanced mission frequency. By developing reusable rockets like the Long March 9, China can significantly lower launch costs, unlocking new avenues for scientific exploration, satellite deployment, and missions to the Moon and even Mars. This strategic shift not only optimizes resource allocation, but also strengthens China's competitive edge in the global space race. Ultimately, reusability represents a pivotal strategy propelling China toward a more self-reliant and influential position in space exploration. China's lunar ambition, heading to the Moon. China's ambitious plan to send humans to the Moon by 2030 has been officially confirmed by Lin Xiqiang, the Deputy Director of the China National Space Administration. In December 2023, Lin outlined the mission's objectives, which include mastering crucial technologies for round trips between Earth and the Moon, exploring the lunar surface through human-robot joint efforts, conducting landing, roving, sampling and research with the ultimate goal of establishing an independent capability for lunar exploration. The strategic goals of China's super heavy-lift rocket, the Long March 9, are clearly defined. They encompass building the capacity to establish a lunar base, developing a presence in crucial gravitational stable zones like Earth to Moon and Earth to Sun Lagrange points, constructing space-based solar power satellites through in-orbit assembly and manufacturing, and maturing an end-to-end space logistics system at remarkably low costs. It is essential to acknowledge China's technological capabilities. Underestimating China's potential to achieve its reusable rocket goals by the set deadline would be unwise. China has a history of making strategic choices and effectively implementing plans across various domains, from shipbuilding technology to 5G networks, quantum-based satellites, methane rocket testing, and dominance in the rare earth element supply chain. With the official commitment to building the Long March 9 super heavy rocket, supported by funding policies and regulations, China is poised to reshape the landscape of space exploration. Success in this endeavor could grant China unprecedented control over space access and utilization, solidifying its position as a dominant force in the final frontier. The upcoming Long March 9 promises to be a total game changer for China's space program. Thanks for watching.